How you doing, guys? Today we are working on the Clinton B1290, trying to get this done for the friend of mine. And as you can tell, if you watched my last video, this particular motor has a Type 2 ignition on it, and it's pretty much installed. Everything is set. The points are set to 20 thousandths, and everything has been snugged down. I reused the original coil out of this engine. For two reasons. One, the coils are pretty expensive if you can find one. And two, this one was in good shape. I just cleaned it up. I checked it for open windings and the lead at about 5 ohms. That's what I find is usually what says that the coil's still good. So I did that. The other thing too is check the coils. So give them a squeeze, a pinch. If they're spongy in any way, they're done. Throw them away. You're going to have to find another one. But this one was still in good shape, so I just cleaned it up, put it back in, and bolted her down. I did put a new condenser in, so that's been bolted in. I also put a new set of Tecumseh points in the housing, and I set them for 20 thousandths. The points cam is in place, as you can see right here. The way I set the points on these motors is, let me see if I can get a good picture of it. There it is. You set it up for tap dead center. The cam, or I should say the points cam, is in a position where the points are open. You loosen up the bolt, the points, close the points, then tighten the bolt. And what it does is just rocks the points open just a hair. And I keep doing that, loosening and tightening, making sure you don't over tighten it because you don't want to blow the threads out until the cover plate, which is right here, is 20 thousandths. And then you just kind of keep sticking it in there just like a feeler gauge, and once you get it to about, it's just dragging, tighten it down, check it again, and it should be all set. It does take a little bit of time, it does take a little bit of effort, but in a nutshell you can get that done fairly quickly. So the points have been set, they're snugged down. The coil wire goes to the points, the condenser wire goes to the points contact, and then this wire here, let me back up, okay, it runs in, down, behind the ignition, and then bolts up, and that's the kill switch. So I left plenty of wire so the customer can figure out where they want to put their kill switch. So I left plenty of wire there. So that's all set. Did put the brand new J8 spark plug in, and this is not going to focus on us. Focus. Oh, there we go. New, brand new Champion spark plug. I also torqued the head down in a crisscross pattern. I believe it was 200 inch-pounds. I used my micrometer torque wrench to put that down. New gasket, obviously. So the engine is almost all done. I am going to dig out the breather, which actually is right there. I got to clean it up. I'm going to install the breather because we already have the valve lash set. The crankcase breathing popper, whatever the heck you want to call it, it's installed. As in the last video, I got to clean the flywheel and the magnet. I'm going to put that in place and then torque the main bolt down. And this engine is done. I think I'm going to deliver it next weekend, the weekend after Memorial Day. So everything here is pretty good. It came out pretty nice. I think it's going to be a runner. Just cranking it over by hand, you know, just by grabbing the crankshaft turn, it's got good compression. I can feel it already. And that's going to get better as time goes on because those new valves are going to seat into those kind of rusty, crusty valve seats that I had to redo. So running this engine at a nice even pace is what's going to make it get more powerful and run better. Especially when you have these engines that are kind of worn out and you just kind of refurb them or rebuild them like this. They do need a little gentle time when you first start them up, so that way everything seats in. So that's where we are with the B1290. Next is I went to the Barnstable, Massachusetts engine show on Saturday, the May 26th, and walked around. First time I ever was at that show, and I picked up a couple little gems, I guess you want to call it. I picked up this B1290 motor. It's a disaster, but it's a good parts engine, and for 15 bucks, I really couldn't pass it up. Oh, and just so you can see, now this isn't a B1290, I'm sorry, this is an A1200. So in my last video, real quick, I had said that 1200s and early A1200s had an A ignition, and there it is. This has an A ignition, so a type 1. Somewhere about halfway through the run of the A1200s, they swapped to the B ignitions, like I showed you on the last tag that I had. It was an A1200 with a B ignition. So here's a good example of how you can tell which ignitions are in these motors. This particular A1200 has an A. The tag that I showed in my last video, although it wasn't attached to a motor, was an A1200 with a B. So it had a B ignition in there. And then when we go to the B1290s, they're all B ignitions. So just a little verification tidbit about Clinton motors. But yeah, I picked that one up cheap. It was completely locked up, but I loosened it up just by kind of turning the crank with a breaker bar. The bore's real nice. It has this ridiculous pulley on it. I don't know if I'm ever going to get that off. As you can tell, man, the tag, it's pretty crusty. But the block itself is in pretty good shape. It's rebuildable. Well, this block next to it is rebuildable, but it's needs to be bored. This one is pretty tight, so you can get away with a standard piston. Okay, I'm going to run out to the shed and show you the next engine I got at this show. Freaking rain just will not stop around here. Every day you try to do something outside or nice, it's been just really bad weather. So we're just going to run out here to the shed real quick. Hopefully we don't get too wet. There we go. Oh, let there be light. Oh, the little mule. She's all set for the show. Basically just going to go get some Sunoco 104 gas for it. And this old bird will be flying around the wheel horse show. The RJs are still sleeping, as well as this RJ. This one is still sleeping. I've had a problem with this motor for some reason. It keeps losing spark. I think it's the kill switch. I've narrowed it down to a shorting out kill switch. So I'll be swapping that out. I was going to take this one to the wheel horse show. I've taken it there before, but this year I'm not getting involved. Okay, so back on subject. The next motor I bought at the Barnstable show is this one right here. And you start hissing and you go, wait a minute, that's a Briggs & Stratton. It is a Briggs & Stratton. And the only reason why I bought this motor is because it is, and I don't think we're going to be able to see, it is a, let me get my finger out. Come on, baby. All right, we are not going to get it to, I can't get it to do it. Sorry, guys. It's a Model 8. And it is a Model 8 with a standard crank. Where is the crank shaft? Right there. You see a lot of these engines with gear reduction cranks, but this is a 5/8 inch crank. Carburetor's there. Everything is there. And it has the big tank, the deep tank, which is kind of rare. These usually have a skinny tank. If you wanted to do an RJ25 clone, you know, one of these RJ35s as an RJ25 with the Briggs & Stratton engine, there it is. That's the engine you need. I haven't run the numbers on it to see what year it is, but it is a straight style blower cover, big tank. It's got the correct tank support for an RJ25. It also, you know, it's complete. It's got the correct carburetor. It is an air vane governor motor instead of a mechanical one. But everything is here. And I bought it for a whopping $15. And it has compression. It has really good compression. So you probably could just kind of refurb and clean this one all up. I haven't pulled the head off it to see if the bore's good, but it's got compression just by turning it by hand. This is a real good score. Don't know what I'm going to actually do with that motor. I vowed never to do another Briggs Model 8 motor again in my life because they're a pain in the ass to. They're a real pain in the ass to rebuild. But I have one in stock just in case. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all my viewers, my new viewers. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, I guess YouTube, because they don't really want to advertise videos, which is really weird. There's that little bell icon next to the subscribe button. So if you subscribe, also hit that little bell light icon, whatever the hell that thing is. So that way, if you're interested, you'll get a notification that one of my videos has been just posted up. I guess they just won't let you know when I do. But anyways, with all that, thank you very much. Have a very good day, and we will talk to you soon.